In this video, I'm gonna show you the Gnar reroll comp and how to play it. Basically, you just play as many Gadgeteens as possible. You really want 5 so you get, the more damage increase and, the damage reduction. So Gnar just gets infinite damage and you want him to get standard AD items. You really want some form of healing, so Bloodthirst is gonna be perfect and it does infinite, AD damage, so Last Whisper is great, and the last one is whatever. I like what's it called, Titan's Resolve, but this can be really whatever item you want. You don't want Infinite Edge on him actually. I guess it sounds really good, but he actually has built-in crit on his ability, so that's kind of a waste, so that's something to take note of. Other than that, you need Hacker for the Hacker Rim, of course. So that's why you play Shen, LeBlanc, Pike. These are also 2 and 3 cost units, so it's perfect with Gadgeteen, where you play Gnar and Annie, because you reroll 2 and 3 costs. The most important is Gnar, of course, but you often reroll for LeBlanc 3, and then you get the Gadgeteen emblem on her, and there you have a very good secondary carry. And obviously you don't play Nunu in the early game, you play Lulu, but you change him. So this is what the end game board should look like. Well, let's get straight on into it then. With set 8.5 being released, the hacker trait got changed. Basically, the unit which you place on the hacker rim gets a bit of Omnivamp as well. Before, only the hacker units got the Omnivamp, so units like, Zed were just healing a bunch, but no one else were healing. But now you can put other units which are not hackers, such as Gnar, on the hacker spot. So this is why this comp is pretty good, because you just send the Gnar into the backline and there's so many, spell slingers, sure shot, comps like that, and then they just get a Gnar up in their face, so he just one-shots them. By the way, Band of Thieves is the perfect choice right here. I know consistency is really broken, but I took the Thieves gloves because, as you know, Gadgeteens, they get more damage, more damage reduction based on the items you put on the Gadgeteen units. And Thieves gloves, it's 2 components and it gives you, 3 item slots, so you get just infinite value from the Gadgeteen trait. So that's gonna make our Gnar do more damage, because, we get more Gadgeteen items. So you just want a lot of value on the Gnar, because, it's a free cost, so it's gonna get outscaled if you don't have good augments and good items, etc. So basically my strat is just, we're gonna pick up the units that we need. Big brain. Nah, but we're gonna need the hacker unit, so we need Pike, we need what's he called, not Soraka, LeBlanc, and the last one is Shen. And what's good about these units is, with Annie you have Spell Slinger, so that works with LeBlanc, and you also play Poppy, so that's Defender for the Shen, so they basically fit in the comp. Pike doesn't really have a trait that you play, but you just need the last hacker, and I think Pike's a pretty nice unit. He has a pretty good stun. What is perfect though is that, the units, they are 2 and 3 cost, just like the Gadgeteens. So it's gonna be easy to hit, a random LeBlanc 3, or, a 3-star Shen, perhaps. It all depends on the game, but, since you're rerolling Gnar, you want to reroll 3 costs, so that's perfect for it. And ooh, this was almost a win, but we're not quite there yet. But our Gnar is 1-star so far, so we're bin chilling for now. We just need to find some more copies of that. I guess we can go over the Gnar build. Basically, I guess you would assume that the Infinite Edge is a good item on Gnar, but he actually has built-in crit on the unit that he hits. So Infinite Edge is pretty useless actually. What you really want is, the best one I think is Bloodthirster, because he does a lot of, AD damage, and you want him to heal because he's in the front line, so that's gonna be perfect. Other than that, Last Whisper is really nice. especially with the crit, you know, you steal infinite AD damage, and it's a bunch of units, so you know, it procs that last whisper pretty good. And the last one is whatever. I like Titans, but you can go a lot of different stuff. And here it's 3 cost, so I was just rolling it down like crazy, and boom, we hit the Gnar one. And I actually don't know what the support Gnar one does. I actually don't remember. But what this one is that he gets more armor and MR per unit that he is with the ultimate. It's a bit counterintuitive because you send him to the backline, so he doesn't really hit everybody. But it's fine. He will just be able to, you know, get super tanky, so he has super much damage, and yeah, he's super tanky with this augment. So yeah, it's pretty fun to see Gnar right here. You see it like 5 people with ulti, so he probably has over 200 armor right now. So this unit just becomes a straight up Giga Shad. Onto the carousel right here, and we got the sword, so you know, the cloak would be perfect, so we get that healing going. So that's a bunch of effective HP now with all our resistances, because we just heal it up and then we're super tanky. So yeah, this is a really fun build. Like, I didn't think Gnar carry would be a real comp, it sounded so silly, but it's actually pretty good, especially once again against, you know, the meta we're in, because people love to play spell slingers, and you know, I send my Gnar and he just one-shotted their entire carry, and now he just gets 3 resistances, ulting everybody, and it's the freest win ever right here. I guess it's the real counter, you know, Zed Assassin against the Lux Chibi, and we're playing Gnar Assassin against, you know, spell slingers. The same story goes here, because we're going up against a sure shot player. And yeah, that's just Samira's worst nightmare right there, having a Gnar, you know, jump on the comp. So I love playing short shot comps. If you watched my last video, I showcased how to play, you know, the Samira comp. And this is what I'm scared of while I'm playing Samira, is, you know, getting a Warwick or a Gnar just jumping on me. And yeah, that's basically the entire team, you know, the short shots in the back. And if they die, then you just lose. So this comp is perfect in this meta in many cases. What it's lacking of is, you know, if you're playing Gnar normally, is you have him in the front line and he just gets stuck on the tank. So that's why you really need Hacker, so you have to play these niche units. I don't think Gnar would be able to be played without Hacker. I mean, if someone can prove me wrong, I'm down to see it, but yeah, I think this is the only Gnar comp that's like viable. And so you get Gadgeteen, and who do you want to put the Gadgeteen emblem on? I like to put the, and there you have it, the Gadgeteen crest. Perfect. You want to put the Gadgeteen, I think, only blank, because you get another secondary carry. You have a lot of tanks, and you know, she gets all the Gadgeteen damage value from, you know, having the emblem. You could put it on like Shen and you for more tankiness, but I like to have you know, LeBlanc as a secondary carry. You usually find some AP item to throw on her as well, so she's actually doing a lot of damage. And since she's free cost, you can reroll her with Gnar, because both are free cost, so it works perfectly together. Something to take note of, I suppose, is that if you put a Gadgeteen emblem on a unit, it's often very good to put items on them, because you really want the units that are Gadgeteen to get items, so you know, you get that item value from the trait. So you don't want to put the items on, you know, Shen and then you put the Gadgeteen emblem on another unit. So if, let's say, I got tank items instead of AP items this game, it would actually be better for me to Gadgeteen the Shen, so we get items on him. But now I could choose whichever, so I just decided to go for LeBlanc. And ooh, this is a really nice Nunu, but we didn't get it. RIP. It's all good though, because we got a random giant spell. I don't know what we're gonna do with that. We'll find out though. And I actually got this spatula, so I wonder what's the best emblem to build. I think it's admin, because you only need 2 of them and we have a LeBlanc, so some admins could be really good. Imagine we get a AD one for Gnar, so that's what I'm looking out for. So hopefully I get a cloak here so we can build that spat. That would be perfect. And ooh, look at that shop right there. All Gnars incoming. By the way, thank you guys so much for the support on the last video. It well, popped up like crazy and you guys seem to like it, so I'm gonna do more of these I don't know if I should call them guides, but where I showcase some good comps and how I think about playing it. So I'm gonna continue with that type of content. I think it's fun as well, so let me know what you think of that. And oh, look at that Sonya's, this Ezreal man, and a correct. So that's the problem though. If you're playing this comp, you have to be good at scouting. That's what I learned. Because if you throw the Gnar on the other side, then you're just gonna lose. Pretty much. So it's like a 50-50 win-lose in some cases, because you really want the Gnar to jump on the right side. And boom, let's take a look at the admin before slamming the spat, because then we can know if we want to go admin, and the admin was good. We checked it with the Camille, so now we can build the admin spat. So that's something, that's a pretty nice tip. So instead of slamming the admin spat, you can check it with a unit, so you see if it's worth, you know, if that made sense. I think it did, hopefully. What's awkward here is that I'm too slow, so hopefully we can win even though we didn't slam 4 items. I really want the AP item on my LeBlanc, so I'm actually gonna build double Sunfire right here. We're actually wasting an item kinda, but a 3-star LeBlanc with Archangels, isn't that just super broken? And we can have another Sunfire, it's not the end of the world. We can throw that on Nunu once we get him, I suppose. So for now, we're actually gonna have a Sunfire on Lulu, because yeah, I wanted this item on like Nunu or something. I didn't want it on someone else, because we wanna get that Gadgeteen value, and I think we're strong enough to win, so screw it. Sunfire backline Lulu. Whoa. Broken stuff, right? Looks pretty silly though. And it's actually fine that we don't even have a last item for our Gnar, because we get 2 Gadgeteen items, which they're basically better than real items, but preferably we want a last item on Gnar, because what if we get like bad Gadgeteen items, then we're kind of screwed. We need a 3rd item on him. He's our main carry. And yeah, bye-bye to their carries right here, but his PF is alive though, he's chilling in the back, but our Pike got a nice stun off, so I think we're all good here. We just deleted 2 of his carries, so TF is really broken right now, as you all know, but it's not that broken, so we're gonna actually kill this guy. So there you go, Gnar comp beating the Spellslinger line. That Nunu is really tempting, but what am I gonna do with a duelist spat? So I'm just gonna get another LeBlanc item. It's not a perfect one, we already have AP, so you know, once you get an AP item, it's not really valuable. You rather have like dual gauntlet, so you scale the AP with the crit. Use double AP is kind of a waste, if you get what I'm meaning. It's not, you don't maximize your value, but it's all good. You know, it's not gonna hurt that I get infinite AP on my 3-star, or soon to be 3-star LeBlanc. And the fights actually stay for pretty long, so she's gonna scale that Archangel like crazy. Ooh, we almost got that ulti off. That guy is strong though. He has like Infinity, Ezreal, so looks like a strong opponent. So let's see if we can beat that. Yeah, we just one-shotted the Syndra, and yeah, this Urgot has to go. Boom, look at that. And Nico, she does, you know, AoE damage, so I don't think she's gonna be able to kill my Gnar ever. And let's see if I check the stats for how tanky I am. Because I would love to see how much resistances my Gnar has. And there we are with the ore changer stacks. Look at that. I don't even know how much AP that is on LeBlanc, but that's a lot of AP, right? And boom, that's a 4% naturally hit Nunu right there. Can't get much better than that. Use what we needed, so we can finally say bye-bye to this Lulu with Sunfire. Yeah, that's really nice to... We don't have to play that anymore, right? And onto this anvil, we probably want a spark here, I would guess. Yeah, it's a spark. Just put that, get the last Gadgeteen item on Annie. That's the name. And, you know, not a pretty good unit to itemize. Poppy, she's pretty trash, but we're just gonna put it on her instead of Shen, which is a better unit to itemize just because we get the Gadgeteen bonus. So itemizing Poppy is basically like itemizing Gnar. Yeah, look at that. Holy. He's just gonna get infinite tanky here. He's shooting... he's ulting, you know, the Syndra units and everything, so... Every ulti gives him more resistances, like he's a giga tank. Let's see that. 300 armor almost. With 0 tank items. Pretty good stuff if I do say so myself. So we're basically just rolling down for this LeBlanc. For any 3-star. With the LeBlanc now we can just push levels. We don't want to 3-star anything else, really. I mean, we could. I don't even know. What would you guys think is the best play? Roll it down for like 3-star Shen, Annie. It might actually bend the play. This game I actually leveled up to 9. I just put in like a ergot, but that didn't really make me any stronger, to be fair. Maybe it was just rolled down. Yeah. So I think that was a mistake this game, but actually we won against this guy somehow. So I guess this matchup is all positioning. If we get a Gnar on the carries in the bubble of everyone, he's just gonna annihilate everything and get infinite stats. But if I do it like this, we're gonna lose probably because his carries are safe and sound in the other corner. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Also, his Leona just one-shotted my front line. So I don't know, that little prankster jump from Gnar isn't gonna save this game, unfortunately. But I mean, this guy's just a giga capped. He's playing that sure shot line from, you know, my last video. I think it's the highest cap in the game, like by a mile. So, you know, a free cost Gnar isn't gonna beat S-Real Samira comp. I mean, it could, but I wouldn't bet my money on it. And even though I got Tui Samira, you know, onto the carries, he separated the S-Reel, so the S-Reel is on the other side. So we can't even beat this guy with positioning right here, you know. Bit unfortunate, but I'm not gonna complain. A second is a second, you know. You know, a second is a good placement. Everything is good in, you know, relativity. So like sometimes getting a 6 is amazing, sometimes getting a 4 is really good. All depends on your spot, you know. So on to the last fight. Oh, you actually can't put 2 shroud on a unit. I didn't know that, so I just missed my shroud right there. But you learn something new every day. By the way, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the video. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to leave a thumbs up, or, you know, a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. And be sure to subscribe for more TFT set 8.5 content. I'll be sure to keep more posts coming. Yeah, peace out.